The show kicks off with a story of how Bertha, a bounty hunter, adopted, fed, and raised Hitpig to be a bounty hunter just like herself, and they were the ultimate partners. It all came crashing down when they were called to claim a bounty on a lizard, but unfortunately, it was a croc as it attacked Bertha, and she was never seen again. Several years later, some scientists at the lab were conducting experiment trying to test radiation level as the polecat was dumped into the device and exposed to an inhumane amount of radiation. The cat was able to adapt and survive, but no longer wanted to be a lab cat as it made its way out and tried escaping but didn't go too far as Hitpig was called to claim a bounty on him, and in no time, he was captured. At the circus, Pickles the elephant and the Puddles were coerced to partake in rehearsals orchestrated by the Leaping Lord, who abuses the animals as he plans to host the most spectacular show in Las Vegas. Hitpig was now grown and happened to be a good cook, which was his second best hobby after hunting. He had just finished eating when he got called to claim a bounty on an escaped koala as he prepared his gadgets and vehicle and began navigating to the location. After the rehearsals, the Leaping Lord put Pickles and the Puddles in the cage for transport. Pickles was scared as all she wanted was to be reunited with her family in India, as she feared it might never happen. The janitor passed by and took pity on the abused animals, especially Pickles. He wished he could free them. Noticing his intentions, Pickles handed him a newspaper featuring Leticia, an animal rights activist who could help her escape. Without hesitation, he rushed to contact Leticia. Hitpig had just finished watching his favorite rooster show, and also a chef show, when he got an incoming call. The caller turned out to be Leticia, who disliked Hitpig for his job as she hacks his computer and bank accounts, withdrawing all his funds as payments for his deeds. Leticia was contacted, and in no time, she met with Pickles and broke her out to reunite her with her family in India, promising to return for the Puddles. The Leaping Lord was horrified on realizing Pickles was gone, and as he needed the elephant for his Las Vegas show, he contacted Hitpig and made him an offer he could not refuse, an offer of $1 million to return the elephant back to him, as Hitpig accepted in delight. He scanned the entire means of transport used and was able to locate Pickles and was soon on his way to the airport. Pickles in the cage was about to be transported to India when she got distracted and broke out and made her way to the elephant dancing show. Hitpig Machines was able to detect elephant pheromones as he traced her to the show and tried to tranquilize her, but Pickles was unaware of what he wanted to do, but was able to evade him as she made her way to the top of the roof and was amazed by how beautiful the outside world is. Hitpig caught up to Pickles at the top of the roof and lied to her that he was a friend of Leticia and was sent by her to bring Pickles home. Pickles trusted Hitpig as they made their way to the airport, where Hitpig was in disguise to avoid being spotted by anyone. They successfully bypassed checkpoint, boarded the plane, and were soon on their way to Las Vegas Theater instead of India. They were still on the way, and as Pickles excused herself to go to the toilet, Leticia spotted Hitpig as they began firing tranquilizer darts at each other. They were temporarily paralyzed when Pickles, on her way out of the bathroom, accidentally opened the emergency exit, and everyone was about getting sucked out. Hitpig was sucked out, but held on to Pickles, who later on lost her grip. They were about plunging to their death when Hitpig activated a parachute and they began landing safely. Back at the plane, Leticia found Hitpig's gadgets, but it appeared to be faulty. They were able to land safely at a junkyard, making Hitpig disappointed as he lost his vehicle and gadget, and they were way off course. Pickles was able to cheer him up and began tossing junk items to him as she believes he can make something out of it. They worked till dusk as Pickles assisted him in whatever way she can, as they seemed to be having fun together. Hitpig was able to fashion a functional vehicle at dawn, and they hit the road again. On the way, Pickles was able to talk Hitpig into revealing how he had this big dream of becoming a chef as he loves to cook. They were still conversing when Pickles spotted some hot air balloons and rushed towards its direction as Hitpig chased after her. Pickles happened to cause a slight commotion while having fun, and at the end of the day, they used one of the air balloon for transport and began conversing. Pickles thanked Hitpig for his role in her rescue, as it made him feel pretty bad because he wasn't rescuing her and was just claiming a bounty. They arrived at San Francisco as Hitpig punctured a hole in the balloon, and they accidentally landed in what seemed to be a cooking audition as the hosts mistook Hitpig as one of the contestants as they prepare him to participate. Pickles cheered him on to fulfill his dreams, and he began cooking. He was able to prepare a nice meal, and as one of the judges tested it, he was in awe as Hitpig was awarded the best contestant in the show. Hitpig thanked Pickles and felt really bad as he began reconsidering claiming the bounty on her. Leticia was able to fix Hitpig's faulty gadget as she was able to access Hitpig's vehicle with it and activates its autopilot system, which she plans on using to get to San Francisco. Still in the show, Hitpig got a call. Well, it happened to be from Leaping Lord, who informed him to stay right where he is as he was on his way to retrieve his elephant. On the way out, Hitpig felt really bad and was about revealing the truth to her, but she excused herself as she got into an apartment in other to use the bathroom. Hitpig waited for her at the living room as he slept off and had a dream where he met with his adopted mother Bertha and explained the whole Pickles ordeal to her. Bertha advised him to follow his heart. She also told him how she was supposed to claim a bounty on a pig years ago, but had compassion on him and it paid off because he became Hitpig. On waking up, Hitpig was shocked as the apartment was flooded, and they were about drowning as Hitpig made his way to the bathroom. It turns out Pickles accidentally broke the bathtub, which caused the flooding as the water level was rising with no room for escape. Hitpig was able to make use of the emergency exit on the roof, but the space was too small for Pickles to escape. At dawn, Hitpig managed to keep Pickles alive by collecting air from outside and channeling it through her tusks, allowing her to breathe. A truck passing by threw a newspaper at the glass, causing a leakage, and the water level subsided, and they were washed out. Exhausted, they embraced each other when the Leaping Lord arrived to take her as he handed the box of cash to him. Hitpig felt bad and called of the deal, and as Pickles realized she has been played all along, she tried leaving, but it was too late as Fluffy the Croc was present to ensure her cooperation. Hitpig, on seeing the croc, had flashbacks of Bertha and passed out while Pickles was placed back in the cage to be taken to Las Vegas for their upcoming show. On waking up, he was met by the shocking presence of Leticia, who was enraged because Hitpig claimed the bounty on Pickles. Hitpig explained it was no longer his intentions as he intends to rescue her. Leticia decides to join him, but first introduced him to the animals he claimed bounty on previously as they taught him a lesson, and they were now even and flew off to an area where they began mapping out a plan to take out the croc and rescue Pickles. Super Rooster, a mini-celebrity, was also called to assist in their rescue, as they all were delighted to see him. Pickles began performing for the crowd in Las Vegas together with Leaping Lord and the Puddles when Hitpig and his new team arrived. It turned out the Leaping Lord had planned to host the most spectacular show ever as he transformed the theater into a rocket, fastened the seatbelt of the crowd, and they were soon on their way to space. Hitpig, on noticing what was happening, prepared his vehicle to chase after the rocket. They were losing power on the way as the polecat made use of the radiation he siphoned from the lab experiment earlier on as a nitro boost for the vehicle, and they were able to follow the rocket theater to space. In space, Pickles and the Leaping Lord began performing when Hitpig arrived and realized the Leaping Lord has no way of returning the theater back to Earth, therefore putting Pickles and everyone at risk. Hitpig quickly rushed toward the theater to free Pickles and the people as he took on the Leaping Lord while his companions took on Fluffy the Croc. Hitpig fires a shot at Fluffy, and this punctured a hole in the theater as the Leaping Lord and Fluffy were sucked out into space, while Pickles held on to Hitpig as she had forgiven him and passed oxygen through her tusks to him as there was lack of air, and there was an aura of love among them. Pickles lost grip as Hitpig passed out and was floating in space when he got rescued by Super Rooster and Leticia, who attached his vehicle to the theater. On waking up, he was reunited with Pickles and everyone as the polecat supplied more energy to Hitpig's vehicle, and they were able to return back to Earth. The people applauded them, and to make it up to Pickles, Hitpig decides to take Pickles to India, and they all embraced each other. At India, Hitpig opened a restaurant with Pickles as they chased their dream together. The end. If you love animations, subscribe to It's Mythical for more amazing recaps like this. Thanks for watching.